So good morning everyone. Let us now continue to our last discussion. So these are some general topics areas reflective teachers often explored. First is the communication patterns. So reflective teachers often explore classroom communication patterns such as who is doing what during lessons and the distribution of speaking turns. So reflective teachers look at how students talk and listen in class, like who speak the most and who listens. It is to understand how information flows during lessons. So second is teacher decision making. So reflective teachers examine their own decision making processes, including pre-lesson, during lesson, and post-lesson decisions that inform their teaching. So reflective teachers think about the choices they make before, during, and after class that affect their teaching, like what to teach and how to teach it, and how to assess students' learning. So it is like planning a lesson plan. You think or visualize what will happen before, during, and after you enter the class. So third is ways in which learners apply knowledge. So when learners apply knowledge, they're using what they've learned in different ways. It's like taking what you know and using it to solve problems, make decisions, or create new things. For example, imagine a group of English language learners who have been studying vocabulary related to travel and tourism. So they've learned words like hotel, airport, and passport, and they've practiced using them in sentences and short dialogues. Now, to apply this knowledge, the teacher assigns them a project. Plan a 2 week schedule for a tourist visiting their city. So they need to use their vocabulary to describe each aspect of the schedule, including how to get each location, where to stay, and what activities to do. So in this project, students are not only applying their vocabulary knowledge but also practicing their skills in planning, decision making, and creativity. So fourth is the affective climate of the classroom. So it refers to the emotional atmosphere or environment within the learning space. So it encompasses the feelings, attitudes, and emotional experiences of both the students and the teacher. So a positive, affective atmosphere fosters a sense of safety, belonging, and support. So promoting students' emotional well-being and engagement in learning. While if the affective environment is a negative, it can lead to feelings of stress, anxiety that can hinder students' ability to learn effectively. So we have to create a supportive and welcoming affective environment to cultivate a conducive learning environment where students feel motivated to participate and develop their skills and knowledge. So fifth is the instructional environment. The instructional environment simply means the surroundings where teaching and learning happen. So it includes things like how the classroom is set up, what materials are available, and how teachers and students interact. So a good instructional environment makes it easier for everyone to learn and participate by providing a comfortable and organized space with the right tools and support. For example, so imagine a classroom where the desks are arranged in a circle and the chairs are arranged properly, and this with plenty of space for students to move around and interact. So and also there are colorful posters on the walls. And during lessons, the teacher uses a variety of teaching materials such as visual aids and hands-on activities to keep the students engaged and excited about learning. So this could create an instructional environment where students feel comfortable, motivated, and eager to participate in the learning process. So the last one is a teacher's self-assessment of growth and development as a professional. So the teacher reflects on their own progress and improvement in their job. Okay, so a reflective teacher think about what they've learned and how they become better at teaching. So this helps them figure out areas for improvement where they can keep getting better so they can be the best teacher they can be. So I guess that's all from my part. Miss Palin will do the further discussion.
Good morning, class. For the continuation of our discussion last meeting about the skills for language teachers, today I am going to discuss the tools for reflective teaching. So, there are four tools in reflective teaching. The first one is 5-minute papers. So, 5-minute papers, it is asking students to respond to open ended prompts at the end of a lesson, provides valuable formative feedback on how the course is going. So it is like a mini reflection sessions at the end of the lessons. It is asking students to jot down their thoughts, questions, or concerns about what they learned. For example, a mini reflection or reaction. Second one is formative survey. It is scheduling student surveys at regular intervals during the course, allow teachers to gather structured feedback on the students' perception. So, formative survey, these are structured questionnaire given to students at different point in the course. They can be simple questions like rating their understanding of a topic or asking feedback, or rate them from 1 to 5. And the third one is student focus groups. It is engaging students in a facilitated discussion about the course provides an in-depth understanding of their experiences and perspective. And student focus group, it is getting students together to talk about their thoughts and experiences in class. And the fourth one is retrospective field notes. It is writing detailed notes immediately after a lesson can help teacher document their own understanding and explanation of what occurred. So retrospective field notes, this is like a teacher taking notes about their own understanding on their own teaching right after a lesson. It is a way to jot down what worked well, what didn't, and any ideas they have for next time. So let's proceed to the peer feedback for reflective teaching. So the first one is prepare. Before engaging in peer feedback, teachers should prepare by setting clear goals and expectation for the observation, the classroom management, instructional strategies, or students' engagement method. So the second one is observe. So during the observation, the peer observer attentively watches the teacher's instruction, taking notes on various aspects of teaching practices. It can include instructional delivery, student interaction, and use of instructional materials. So the third one is reflect. Both the teachers and observer engage in reflective dialogues to discuss the observed teaching practices. The teacher reflects on their own based on the feedback provided by the observer, considering strength, areas of improvement, and strategies for growth. Proceed to the two underlying concerns of reflective teaching. So the first one is the search for multiple perspective. To become more involved in the process of reflective teaching, a language teacher need to ask, how can I begin to see and examine my classroom efforts so that others might be able to see and examine them? So in reflective teaching involve examining one's classroom practices from various angles to gain a deeper understanding of the effectiveness. Language teachers benefit from seeking teaching methods, strategies, and interaction with students. So, by doing so, they can identify their blind spot, recognize areas for improvement, and the importance of teaching practices. So, the second one is the question of learner involvement. So, in connection with the emic perspectives, a second set of questions for reflective teachers to ask is, do I want to involve learners in my effort as a reflective teacher? And if so, to what degree? So, in reflective teacher, we must consider the extent to which we want to involve our learners in the reflective process. Focus on the inside viewpoint of the learners' experiences, and it is play a crucial role in reflective teaching. Teachers involve learners in various ways, such as giving feedback, constructing learning goals, and engage collaborative activities. Now let's proceed to the two seeking multiple perspectives, the ethic and emic. So the first one, I'm going to discuss ethic. It is outsider perspectives that provide information on what outsiders see. So ethics, it is outsider perspectives from individuals who are not directly involved in the specific cultural or contextual setting being observed. It is offer a broader, more objective view of a situation, focusing on observable behaviors, patterns, and characteristics. And the second one is EMIC. EMIC, it is insider perspectives that provide information on what insiders know. So EMIC are insiders' perspective stemmings from individuals who are intimately familiar with the cultural or contextual setting being studied. It provides insight to the unique values, norms, experiences of the individual within that setting. That concludes for our discussion today. Thank you for listening and God bless everyone.
So for our activity, we will have a role playing about the situation where you are teaching an intermediate level course focused on enhancing oral communication abilities in an English dominant part of the world. So the first group will tackle about how you're going to use media in enhancing the students' oral communication skills. So the second group will tackle about how you're going to employ reflective teaching in enhancing oral communication skills of the students. So you can be creative with your role play as it will be presented by a video. So you must send it in our GC with the same group as the last time. For our last activity, you may now start making your exit slip and I will collect it on next meeting. So that's all from our discussion. I hope you learn and understand it. God bless everyone.